Hi friends, this is your friend Ayush. And because a lot of you requested me to create a video where I would explain how to do your master's in computer science or in data science. And I also assume that you wanted to know what is the basic difference between the two programs, the master's in computer science versus the master's in data science. So I've designed this whole video to help you out, and I'll be differentiating the difference between the two programs based on on six different factors. The first factor is that what is basically the difference between the CS program and the data science program. Second is what is the background knowledge that you really need in order to get in the master's in CS program versus the master's in data science program. Third is what is the horizontal breadth of both of these programs? Like what exactly do you get out of these programs? Then fourth factor is the salary factor, average salary that you get after you graduate as a master's in computer science student versus the master's in data science student. Then fifth is what is the difficulty level of these courses, like both of these programs? And then the sixth is what is the overall course structuring that the universities do for both of these programs? Now, I personally have just finished my master's in computer science with a specialization in artificial intelligence. And before that, I was working as a software developer for one of the leading multinational corporations. So I can easily say that I'm in a very good position to really explain you what is the difference between the two. So having said that, let's start with the first difference. First point, what is the difference between both programs? So to start with, masters in computer science is a very vast field where you can actually specialize in a lot of things. You can specialize in artificial intelligence, you can specialize in cybersecurity, networks, databases, like different forms of software or hardware, wherever you want to go into the computing world. You can do that. You have the luxury and the leverage where you can go into any field related to computer science. Whereas the data science program is a bit rigid in that terms, like you cannot go into different domains, and your whole domain is very limited to the machine learning and data modeling side of things, applied mathematics and statistics. So if you are really interested in learning more about the ways in which computer works and how the applications and various softwares are created, then masters in computer science is a better way for you. Whereas if you are only interested in working with the data, the machine learning, the AI related to data, and maybe statistics or applied mathematics, then masters in data science is the way for you. Because masters in computer science programs are usually programming heavy, where you need to have knowledge of multiple languages, programming languages. Whereas in data science, you can easily get away with Python and R because these are the two major languages that are really used for the works that are related to data science. So now we have covered the first point, that what is the basic difference between the two. So now we come to the second main point, that is what is the background that you actually need for entering either into the master's in computer science or a master's in data science. So now this is a very important question, that what background do you bring? Because like in United States, where I did my master's and where I currently reside, um, computer science is one of the most prestigious branches, and it is highly competitive. And even in the computer science branch, the artificial intelligence is the most competitive field within this branch. So it is like entering, if you want to do masters in computer science and artificial intelligence, it is like very highly competitive, like because it is the like very sought after field. If you really want to get into a good masters in computer science program, you need to have a background in computer science where you have actually done one of your degrees, like undergrad, in either computer science or something similar to that, so that you have at least in leverage over the other candidates who are applying for the same program. Whereas in data science, it's not necessary that you need to have a computer science background. If you have, it's very good. But even if you have like a mathematics background or a statistics background, you can easily go into that program, and you will get into those programs. So getting into computer science is actually difficult, and it requires you to have some basic or some background work with it can be a degree or your past work experience that can actually propel you towards getting into a good program. Whereas in data science, you can get away with like mathematics, statistics background as well, and you'll get into a good data science program. So that is the difference between what type of background do we really need in order to get into the MS and CS versus the master's in data science program. Now, the third point is that what is the horizontal breadth that these two programs offer? So let me first talk about the master's in computer science program. So when you study master's in computer science program, it's actually a very vast field. So you get to study about various branches and subtopics of computer science, like cryptography, cybersecurity, databases, artificial intelligence, computer architecture. Like you can study a lot about the hardware side as well as the software side of the computers, depending on your interest. You can just choose the courses really. So it's like a very good breadth that you get. And if you really are interested in something, you can even go for higher research or a PhD in that field. Whereas the data science program is kind of not that wide because it is more focused towards how you can use data and get value from that data. So it's usually like machine learning, neural networks, statistical modeling, data modeling, and applied mathematics. It's more limited towards that side. So data science is not really that wide. Your domain will be very restricted. Whereas if you choose the master's in computer science program, you'll actually get quite a wide base, and you can choose later on as per your interest the courses whichever are of more interest to you. If you like if you're more interested towards in taking the artificial intelligence courses, then you can easily go and pick up the courses of data science, even like machine learning, neural networks, and all of that. And along with that, you need to take compulsory core courses of computer science, which are like data structures and algorithms, operating systems, the software architectures, and how the computer architecture, like how does computer architecture work and stuff like that. So this is the main difference between the breadth of computer science core program and the data science program. I hope I'm clear between the two now. And then fourth one is obviously the average salary, which everyone expects because masters in computer science or masters in data science, particularly in USA, both are very expensive. And so you would want a good job when you get out of your program and when you graduate. So usually, according to the stats now, the numbers may vary. I'm just giving you a very ballpark figure of both of them, that the average salary of a master's in computer science graduate in United States is around $102,000. Whereas if you have graduated from a master's in data science, then your average salary can be anywhere between $91,000 to $100,000. Now, in some cases, you will read that that the data scientists are making more money these days, like around $113,000, because like people require to someone who can extract value from their data. And so data scientists are making more money, but then that is very relative because like if you're really good in computer science, you can get a salary which is like way ahead. And if you're good in data science, you can also get a very good salary. So both the fields, I would say, in terms of salary are pretty good. So in the end, it just boils down to what exactly are you interested in, and money is not really that big an issue. So with that, we covered our fourth point. Now, the fifth point is that what is the level of difficulty of these programs? How difficult are these? So I would say that both of these programs are very demanding and very challenging. You really need to work a lot in order to get good grades, and also not just grades, in order to understand the real concepts and apply them. It's really difficult. So until and unless you are willing to work very hard for 2 years and push yourself and challenge yourself, both these programs are very difficult. But the thing is that the things that you will learn in the course of this 2 years or 2.5 years, if your program is a bit longer, like most of the courses are around 30 credits. I'll talk in the next section about it. But yes, in terms of difficulty, both of them are equally difficult. I can say that computer science is a bit more difficult, particularly if you do not have a very solid background of programming languages, then computer science program gets particularly very difficult, because in computer science program, you need to know different languages and how do different things like work with each other. Whereas in data science, if you just know Python and R, most of the work gets done in these two languages. Like SQL is another language that is helpful, because whenever you want to pull the data from the databases and do operations on the databases, then that is really helpful. But otherwise, more or less with Python and R, you can really do good in data science. So yes, MS in computer science is a bit more rigorous in terms of the whole like designing, but data science is equally difficult. So yeah, you can choose according to your background, like what really works for you. The sixth and the last point is, how are these courses structured? So both of these courses are structured in a very similar fashion. Like most of the universities in the United States, and US obviously has the best programs in the masters in computer science or the masters in data science. So both of these programs are like very well structured. So what usually happens is that you either have to take 10 courses or you have to really take 12 courses. And each of these courses is of 3 credits. So what happens is that if your program is of 10 courses, that means you take 30 credits. One course is equivalent to 3 credits. And if your program is of 12 courses, you take 36 credits. And then in a data science also, it's the same. You have to do either the 10 one or the 12 one, and it really varies by the university, like which university has what program. And so both of them are similar in structures. Like if you take a master's in computer science program, you have a prerequisite of few courses that you should have had done previously in your undergrad, or you should come to the university and then you should take those courses. And once you have taken those courses, then you also have to do some core courses like the computer architecture, data structures and algorithms, and the software paradigms. So you need to first take in those prereqs, and only then you can take the courses that you want, like the courses of artificial intelligence or stuff like that. But in data science, this is not really a restriction, because most of the courses that they teach and the program structures, they are not really hardcore computer science courses. So if you are not interested into the computer science side of things, data science is the way for you to go. But if you want to really go towards the main computer science side of things and you really want to understand how do things work, then masters in computer science is a good bet for you. Now, if you'll ask me my personal opinion, if I'll really go with a master's in computer science or a master's in data science, I personally went ahead with a master's in computer science. And my reasons for that was that my undergrad was in computer science. So I was pretty good with all the programming and the concepts of computer science. Then I was already working as a software developer for many years with a leading multinational corporation. So I had a very solid background of computer science. And the third reason is that with computer science, you can actually create a whole application related to artificial intelligence, and you can actually deploy it on the internet so that others can use it and can benefit from it. Like the whole end-to-end application and the pipeline, you can really create if you're a computer science student. Now, in data science, that is not necessarily taught, and like you can study on your own how to create the applications, how to create the websites, and how to use those machine learning models and neural network models and deploy them in your websites. But that is not necessarily the concentration of these programs. So if you really are interested into creating your own applications and stuff like that, then I was particularly interested in that. So I went with a computer science program. If you are not, then you can go ahead with a master's in data science program. And so with these things, we come to our conclusion. I hope that you guys have now gained a lot of knowledge from what exactly are the difference between the two fields, and you can decide accordingly what you want to do. Now, if you have any further questions in any of these things, you can comment down below, and I'll try my best to either answer you in the comment section, or if I feel that those questions need a longer explanation, then I will create a follow-up video explaining other things, whichever things you guys have doubts in. And till then, if you like the video, just like, subscribe, and share this video amongst your friends so that more and more people can understand what is the difference between the two and what is the best path for them. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.